Yeah.
Wow.
Right, there's 4 prayers a day, one to each direction of the 5 prayers a day.
5.
One
5
to
times
each
a day.
direction of the
So
of
Mecca to
I g-
Medina. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, thank you.
so I finished with 4, still remaining 1 for today. Yeah, so it's 5.
But so
5.
each one of them is looking at one direction of the horizon, right? To east,
No,
south, north, and west.
all toward the same direction. Is toward where Kaaba is in Mecca. So where the Holy Mosque is. So I should find first the direction, which we call it Qibla.
Oh, Qibla.
So that's Qibla is where the Holy Mosque located. So direction is toward the Holy Mosque, the Kaaba. That's you see that black box. Like the Holy Mosque pictures, you see a black box in the middle, like black building, like a box. That's called Kaaba. So the direction of the Qibla is toward that Kaaba. Yeah.
That's interesting, you know. Now I'm thinking here that I was gonna ask you what's your religion and what's the main religion in Saudi Arabia. With Arabic, I'm gonna say is Islam or Muslim, but I'm not sure if I'm mixing the terms. The second thing I'm gonna say is I know if you're gonna say your deliver, you're gonna say that there has been a holy book or a series of holy books to which you prayed, and obviously you have heard of the Bible as the leading guide on the Christianity. But what I think is going to be interesting, it's in whatever history we may find out that we know collectively, we may know about a history that ties in from this Christianity Bible all the way to your holy books, which is the other thing why I think is interesting reading and having this group, which is speaking of us, mankind, and as the history that we have collectively and that others have learned and are known. So I think that's important for us to share as part of the prayer too in the
Absolutely, yeah.
I think that as my best friend and I were saying last night, the Quran is usually not regarded by Christians as a holy book, but I think that it is inspired by God for Arabic people, Muslims, because that's their culture. They follow their Abba or Abu, and they're highly patriarchal. So when one of them goes and one of the dad goes and everybody follows, so they made a book to unify them so they can unify all the Muslims at once to Christ. You know, that's what it is. That's what it is. They wanted you to be a tight group and move you all at once.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's so it is divinely inspired.
It's my first time to hear this story.
Yeah,
so
yes, you all, when one of you moves, they'll all move. so, but yeah, so
interesting.
Yeah, one day I will read the Quran in Arabic, but right now I think the most important book
You're 42 years old. You think with 42 years old you're gonna learn Arabic and learn it before you die, Sue?
Yes, but
okay, I'll learn it in Chinese.
I think the the coming of Christ according to the coming of Christ according to Jews, not Christ, but the Messiah, according to Jews, is approximately 90 years. But Jesus said in the New Testament, nobody knows the coming day or the coming hour. And so he said, be on your guard, be as cautious as snakes, and be as gentle as doves. And he said, nobody knows the hour, nobody knows the day. But he said, we did speed it up, because if we hadn't sped it up, nobody would have survived. So the Jews are probably right. They're God's people from Abraham. They're God's people. They're not going to lie to God's people.
All modern religion that you can cite diverge from the history of Christianity. they diverge from the accountability of Jesus Christ in the region where he was, and then most history telling spread from there. And modern religion, whatever is their new story, it's like they are new books, new testaments that are to be added to the Bible.
Well, I'm just saying that,
and alternative versions too, to count, how creation would have been, and I think in each language it will be a telling. It will say, it will teach you different terms. I think Genesis tell life in itself in very simple terms. It's like how life starts and how life may happen between men and women, and then how life, how life could potentially end in this battle between God creating the universe, creating all men and women, and creating the animals. On those.
Well, I think that well, actually, let's talk about the most immediate thing, as many people who are scared, tired, and angry are. They're wondering why this world is this way. Why do we have COVID? Why did it become Omicron? Why are there so many deaths? Why is so many crimes?
Did God decided to send the flood to Earth? And why he would pick Noah as the only guy that was good to have a boat and take only Noah's family to the boat? And by the way, how did Noah trap all of the animals? And what animals is it that he chose? Which ones did he miss?
Yeah, that was the time that he destroyed the earth and was going to destroy it for good. But then he promised Noah, because of only Noah, that he would not destroy the earth again with water anymore.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Now he's going to come and destroy something else. And I'm not sure, but it's coming soon. It's coming soon. And we're not going to have to wait 90 years. We're not going to have to wait until we die. It's coming around the corner. Everyone's sick. Jesus is real, and everyone's sick. Everyone's sick, and even real Christians are getting sick of praying.
There is the punishment. There was something I thought was interesting, is how the first accounts of lives, people lived until 500 years old, and they all had children, and they all had many, and not monogamous. So a lot of the societies that they tell you the history of the people, they had multiple children, and they had multiple partners, like multiple husbands and multiple wives. And even Abraham's wife was taken by a king, and the king then gave the guy Abraham a bunch of stuff, like all his gold, but he also stole his wife.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think that okay, anyway,
and
to get back to
the wife, because he was like, oh, you should have told me she was your wife. That's exactly what he says. You should have told me she was your wife. So you give me a bunch of presents and take my wife away.
Oh,
must have
the thing is,
Gardens dated her.
She's still in. Anna's still on Genesis. Anna's still on Genesis, but Genesis in Arabic is Bereshit. It's Bereshit. I don't know. Bereshit. Anyway, the most important book in my church is to read the first book of the New Testament, because it's always going to be the first book, because poor people, they can't get through more than the first few pages. So they buried all of the information in the Gospel of Matthew. The Gospel of Matthew is the first gospel, and it's also the first gospel of the New Testament.
There are some thickness in the writings. It's good stories to read, but sometimes they go crazy. Like